Alright, here we have a fascinating case of a massive internal short on this 2019 15-inch MacBook Pro. Basically what happened is a capacitor shorted to ground and got so hot that it literally melted and fused layers of the PCB together. We carved all that out, being really careful not to affect the SSD communication lines which lie just north of this area. We successfully cleared the internal short, but one of the chips that was right here got impacted pretty bad because of all the traces in the way. So what we actually had to do is relocate this chip to a spare area on the other side of the board. So we have lines for both our power lines, which are the big red wires, and our enable line, which is that small little magnet wire. And these wires run all the way over to the other side of the board where the spare voltage regulator is going to sit right about there. So it was relocated here, and by the way, the coating that you see here, this is acrylic conformal coating, not flux. We relocated this chip to a spare area. Now, not every board will have the spare area, but since only one part of this board's SSD circuitry is used, we have a spare area that we could just put that chip down, populate the components, and call it good to go. Same with the enable here. Little trace right here that goes the other side for our enable, and our enable is going to come from the PMIC all the way on the other side of the board. Now, it's just by sheer luck that the SSD actually survived this because the fact that the layers fused to ground before fusing to the 12-volt line. So the 2.5-volt SSD line was shorted to ground, and the 12-volt main power rail of the machine was shorted to ground right here. Now, all this could have been avoided if simply the fuses on this board were rated properly, but that's too much to ask, so we cannot have properly rated fuses on this board. So instead of the fuses blowing, making this an easy, quick repair, the layers of the PCB shorted, and we had to carve all the shorted area out. And if you look down on this, it's actually pretty fascinating. You can see all the layers of the board there. Very interesting. But yeah, you can see it looks like almost like a landfill or a mine, and that's all the layers of the board there. So anyway, let's go ahead and plug this into the enclosure and see if it actually boots into the operating system. Alright guys, so you can see this machine is booted. I'm not going to show the customer's name of course, so I'm just going to tilt it about this much, but you see the machine is fully booted into the operating system. Just so you know I'm telling the truth, there's the circuit right there. You can clearly see the hole in the board, and again, it is booted. Thank you for watching. DriveSavers, try and one-up this one.